regret.
What motivates you to
Regret
stream?
motivated me. I did not want to regret anything, so I was like, I gotta start something. I gotta do something. I think that's the number one motivation.
Really?
Regret. I don't want to regret
Is
being
that
like
what
40.
keeps you going to?
I don't want to be 45 and be like, I never tried something. If you're first tuning in, well, obviously you probably know my channel, but I'm Jay, and with me here is my co-host, Faye. It's kind of a rhyme.
Hi guys, it's me.
Yes.
Perfect names.
Behind the stream was just a working title, so subject to
I
change
honestly
possibly.
think it's
I like
great,
it.
but
I like it.
I like it. I like it.
Mhm.
Because I think it's more of like what we're going for. I mean, we sort of have this common thing where we like to talk about streaming and content
I
creation
love
a
talking
lot,
about
so-
streaming. Streaming is so fun.
Oh.
I like streaming and I
this
like
is where it
talking
came
about
from.
streaming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. Actually, I think I like talking about streaming more than I like streaming,
Mhm.
which is like,
Really? Okay.
yeah. I mean, I don't stream as much as you do,
Yeah.
so
Yeah. I guess we want to just get started with our first part of our little segment here, and that is usually how most podcasts start. Is how did you start? You know, how did you get
do you want to
started?
go first?
You're the guest. You can go first.
Ah, shit. It's actually quite funny because I think we talked about this, but you mentioned how like you were a viewer before you started streaming. But
Yeah.
for me, I actually was never a viewer.
Really?
I literally jumped straight into just
So
streaming. Yes.
then
yes.
why did you decide to start?
So yeah, I don't know what in my mind, I don't know what I was thinking about, but like I guess there was that trend of people like gaming and streaming. I think it was a thing back then. I also knew some friends who did it. I think funnily enough, I did not start with gaming streams. I actually did start with drawing streams too, which is what I kind of like came back around to being just an art streamer. But it was during COVID. I had nothing to do. I was rotting at home,
Yeah.
you know, the good old COVID time
COVID
streamer.
awakened a lot of beasts.
Yes, that is true. That is true. I started streaming, but I don't watch other streamers.
Mm.
And then I was like, why do I not get any viewers? And even funnier thing is that I don't even know chat existed. So I wasn't even reading chat. So I didn't even know that chat existed. So I
Yeah.
literally just pressed start streaming and that was it. I didn't do
You
anything
just went
else.
live.
Yes, I just went live.
Yeah.
And for a while, I didn't think much about it. And then one day I was like, okay, maybe this is not right. And then I start watching other streamers. And then I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, so this is what it's about. And then, yeah, it's kind of stupid because you're right. Like if I don't watch streamers, then why do I even start streaming?
Yeah.
I
just
don't
something you
know. I
picked up.
game. Yeah, it's something that I picked up. I game. I guess I can start the record button,
Mhm.
you know?
Yeah.
And yeah, that was pretty much it. Officially, like when I did take it seriously, it was around.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that was around the time.
Yeah.
How about you, Jay?
Okay, my story is a little. It's also COVID related. I'm gonna be honest, because I think so. I was an engineer before, a software engineer, and I
heard
worked
about
for
that.
4 years, and so it was very soul sucking. You know, just one of those jobs, and I remember COVID hit, and I was at home, and then all of a sudden a year has passed. And I was like, what did I do this year? Like I didn't do anything. This year I literally did nothing. I just sat at home, watched a lot of reality TV, binge watched a lot of shows and movies. I even binge watched Lord of the Rings extended edition. I'm telling you, that's
my
long. Like that is a long
We're at
that's a long
desperate times.
Right, but then after we
Yeah.
kind of sort of started moving out of like quarantine, I was like, well, that was just a year right there, and I feel like I did nothing. And then I remember going back to work for a little bit, and I see my coworkers that have talked about how, like, oh yeah, they were only gonna be around for a year or two, and they're gonna leave, they're gonna go do something else, right? And I was like, yo, it's been 4 years, you're still here, and you're about to get married and have kids. Like, you're not gonna go anywhere. Like, I'm like, I don't want that. Like, that's not. I mean, happiness is relative to the person, and what they decide is, you know, what they feel is that okay, that's fulfillment, right? But for me, I'm like, no, like it keeps me up at night thinking like, damn, I didn't do anything. Like I literally, there's nights where I don't sleep. I'll be like 3, 4 in the morning, and I have work next morning. I'm like, damn, like what ifs, man? Why don't I just do something? So then I actually decided to do something, and I decided to go figure out what I want to do in life. And I quit my job, cold turkey. Well, I saved a lot of money.
God damn.
I saved a lot of money, and I made some money from crypto when that boom was happening. So I got lucky. And so I literally moved my ass to NYC, quit my job, didn't work for 2 years.
Oh, so you weren't even in New York? Oh, really?
I wasn't working, and I wasn't doing anything. And what I was doing was, it was more of a period of time where I'm exploring myself, like self-exploration, figuring what I want to do.
Yeah.
And I also I streamed a little bit when I was back home, back in my hometown. So I kind of like, kind of enjoyed it a little bit. So now I'm like, then if I'm not doing anything, why don't I give this streaming thing a try?
Ooh.
Started streaming a little bit. And then I was like, wow. And it only started feeling really great is when I started like interacting with people and talking to other streamers as well. And I always loved watching streams. I'm the opposite of you. I actually sat down. I was one of those people that like sat down and looked at a stream. I'm like, oh my god, it's so fun. Like, like you know, like they're like playing games together, joking around, like whatever it is they're doing. And I was like, wow, that is amazing. Like they get to do what they love every day, and that's it. That's what they do, right? So when I started meeting new Twitch streamers, other small streamers and stuff, and talking to other people, I'm like, this is kind of nice. This is kind of fun. So then I was like, why don't I just do this more seriously? And so that's what really motivated me to get into Twitch streaming, because I actually, whenever I'm live and I got people in the chat and I'm talking to them and we're goofing around with my friends on stream, doing what God knows what, and I'm like, this is it. I'm happy here. You know, I'm happy doing what I'm doing right now. Yeah, I'm happy. Like, even though I'm a small streamer, man, there's some of us that are here, and when we actually just interact, it's the best time. It's a good time. So that's probably why I started in the first place.
Well, I think that's amazing and great. But yeah, I
always been a fanboy of Twitch.
I think I'm just like, I don't know if I should use the word stupid, but yeah, I did not start with like watching other streamers. And what did you start streaming with, by the way? Like what category?
I started streaming variety. I was a variety gamer, and I still technically consider myself that, even though I play Valorant every dang time.
Every single time. I don't see anything anymore.
Yeah, no,
what else do you stream?
I tried to cook, man. I tried to cook. I played other games, and I will play other games, and I've done like I used to actually try random things like painting. I remember doing a painting stream once. That was really funny.
I need to see that.
My mukbang stream, Biloxi was here. Mukbang stream was hilarious. There was one time me and the boys came together and we made steak, my own recipe of like chicken, and we like ate at the table, at my kitchen table, and we just chatted and listened to music. It was a vibe.
Those streams are nice.
Yeah, it was nice, and it was fun. And the painting streams, they all came out weird, but hey, the technique, it was good.
Did you do like Bob Ross videos? I don't know.
We did a lot of random abstract art, but at the same time, we did try to do some other stuff, and it looked good. Some of it, I will say, it looked pretty good. It looked pretty good.
I missed that era of Jay streaming. I think I met you maybe a little more than a year ago.
Yeah.
Around that.
Yeah.
But we probably didn't get close until like the last few months, I would say, and I don't really know why either. So don't ask me.
I think even though we're in small communities, there is also a huge amount of people, and everybody's somehow connected to everyone. But at the same time, like I'm very certain that there's people on my recommended list right now that are somebody that I know, or I've seen their name in some other people's streams, and we just never interacted.
Because I had a streamer who I've been talking to more recently, and apparently we started streaming around the same time, and we have like very similar audience, but I never even know that they existed. So I think in some way the Twitch community is kind of small. I don't know, I'm not sure, just because
it's huge and small at the same time.
It do feel like that.
Somehow
honestly.
you know somebody that knows somebody. You're only a few
know.
connections away from every other streamer.
Yes,
And I don't think that's a
agree,
hot
that's
take.
True.
Like, you know what I mean? I don't think it's a hot take to say that you're only a few connections away from like some of your bigger streamers.
Really? I don't know.
No, because
I don't know about
I've seen some of
one.
my streamer friends on email, Instagram, right? And then some of their friends they hang out with, and then the people that they hung out with, that person has hung out with like somebody say from like OTV or something, and I'm like, that's two connections.
Really?
So that's me, right, and the friend, and then
Yeah.
her friend is friends with the OTV. So that's I guess the 2 or 3 connections, but she is friends with the OTV.
I can do you one better. I have a friend who knows someone in OTV, so same thing.
Exactly. It's like I feel like even though Twitch is so big, but you're only like 2 or 3 connections away from somebody that's somebody. You know, it's somebody up there.
I think that's crazy.
It's not
Is
crazy.
it true though? Sometimes I hear maybe like statistics or whatever. I don't remember the exact numbers, but some people are saying like, oh, on Twitch, some crazy ass numbers like, oh, top 3% are the streamers like that are considered like small, and then the 0.5 is like the top
yeah.
I don't know if that's true or not, but
yeah, me and my boy Bo in chat, actually, we talked about this before. This is probably like 2 years ago, where we talked about how like the number of people that go live in the beginning that hit the live button are millions. But then the drop off is so drastic because nobody stays consistent and nobody stays streaming, that it's a huge drop off of people that stay continuing to go live. And so I think the people that are small streamers that have a few viewers concurrently already are considered like up there in terms of, you said 3%, whatever, top
I don't know, I'm just making it up.
Whatever the top, like, you know what I mean? Like the you got the S rank, and then maybe we're like the B rank, you know, like statistics, because how many streamers are there that are averaging over 100 viewers? Not that many. Comparative to like the overall grand scheme of people that have hit live, like go live, there's probably not that many people that are concurrently that many viewers. You know what I mean? Okay, we're on a side. We're going on a tangent here, but let's just get back on track here.
No. We can actually bring it back to our first question, which is what motivated you. Like, I guess, what are your
regret?
What motivates you to
regret
stream?
motivated me. I did not want to regret anything, so I was like, I gotta start something. I gotta do something. I think that's the number one motivation. Regret. I don't want to regret being like 40.
Keeps you going to?
I don't want to be 45 and be like, I never tried something. Not like drugs. I'm not talking about hardcore drugs or anything like that, but I just mean like things that I wanted to do. Like I want to be streaming, man. I want to try this. You know, at least when I'm 40, if I fail, I can tell my kids, I'll be like, yo, your dad used to fist on stream live. Like, that's what I used to do. Go back to the clips.
That's
you know?
a valid reason.
Yeah.
I think that's a motivation for a lot of things we do in life. At least for me too. But is it for streaming? I don't know. This one's hard to say.
It is.
What motivates me? I don't know. That's a
deep question. I will say that right now. Motivation, if you have the proper motivation, I feel like you can do a lot. And admittedly, I do get the lazy time sometimes. So, but gotta stay motivated, man.
A lot of things in my life, I don't really have motivation. I think I'm a very lazy person in general. Like, if I don't have to do it, I won't do it. I'm just that type of person. I guess like one thing that keeps me going is consistency. That's why I like setting up schedules, just because it keeps myself accountable, I guess. But I think the bigger reasons what motivates me into streaming is probably still my I guess creative side. I guess to sum it up, there's a lot. I think when I was a kid, I've always liked making videos. I really like acting a lot too, actually.
You should make skits.
I think well, Jay, we're probably gonna meet each other like in a month or so, but I think IRL, I'm generally a pretty chill and quiet person.
Introverted?
It's true. Yeah, I'm very introverted, and
Uh-huh.
nobody ever believes me. But like on camera, I feel like I can go as crazy, like batshit as
But I feel like
crazy
a lot
as
of
I can
introverts
be.
are batshit crazy on stream. Like, you know what I mean? That's where they're like, nobody's
Probably
around,
be.
really. It's just all numbers and letters and words. But
Yeah,
like, you're just like,
yeah,
you know what? I feel
yeah.
kind of safe to say some wild shit right now.
Yeah, yeah. No, I think I don't even know if I should mention this on your channel, but the
Hmm.
wildest thing I probably did was I don't know if you know that
I don't.
Uwu song.
Ah, no. Wait, is that the one with the 7 inches thing?
Yeah.
That's part of the lyric. I have that in my random sounds, and there was one period of time where some people redeemed it 3 times in a row. So you redeem like a random sound, and it plays a random list of sounds that I have logged in there, and it came on 3 times in a row. Where it was
That's
like,
crazy.
ooh, I was like, no, I'm
It's
playing
fate.
rank
It's
right now. I'm
fate,
like playing
Jay.
rank
It's
in Valorant. I'm
fate.
like, ah, no. It is blasting.
Anyway,
Yeah. You did that live on stream?
I did it both live and I recorded it, and it's somewhere on YouTube. Not telling you to go find it, but
People go search right now.
no, you can't find it. You can't
You
find it.
private it or no?
I unlisted it,
Oh
so it's
God.
somewhere.
Okay.
You
Okay.
can find.
I mean, if
But...
people really dig around, they can find my YouTube skits from 2008 on YouTube somewhere.
Right. Me too. Me
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like a lot of streamers probably have that phase where they like really enjoy making videos, or maybe like they're more creative on, you know, that side. It's not just like acting, not just like making videos, but like it's a mixture of all of those things
Mhm.
together, I'd say, that really motivates you into like becoming a streamer. Because being a streamer is kind of like a mix of everything. You can be however you want to be, and it's such a nice thing to me because I get to be whoever I want to be, and then I don't necessarily get judged for it. And I don't know where to draw the line, but of course, not to encourage people to do like crazy shit
Yeah.
and like, you know, inappropriate things.
Do
I'm
not
just
say
saying,
yes
like,
to no drugs. Okay.
say yes to no drugs. But I'm just saying, like, I can act however I want to be,
Mhm.
and I can create a community of people who I enjoy hanging out with, and I can like make friends who have like similar hobbies, and you know, I think this what motivates me to stream in the end. It's just the whole community as a whole, and being able to be myself and be creative. I think that's more of the bigger reasons why, like, or what motivates me.
Yeah, your art streams is a vibe. You know, like when I come in, it's chill.
Thank you.
You know, when you're just drawing and there's some music in the background and you're talking. Because the thing is, I feel like that type of stream is very much the polar opposite of my streams. Because when people come in, I feel like it's not chill. Like you're not gonna get a chill experience. You're not gonna be like, oh yeah, let me just vibe and mellow down. Like, no, you're gonna hear me go, bah!
Yeah.
Like every other time, like, oh, okay, I hear you guys, and then say something like, say whatever it is I'm saying. Like, it's just very different. So that in that sense, we're kind of like opposites, but I'm glad that we get a chance to like hang out and play some games and talk and stuff. So that's chill.
I mean, I think I'm kind of chaotic when I game.
It was chaotic, yes. In those clips that you're in of mine is enough.
Yeah.
It's good chaotic fun in the background.
I mean, I used to be that type of streamer too, where it's more like fun, chaotic energy. I think this is something that we can talk about maybe later on, but I've been streaming for close to 4 years now. Oh god, it's 2024. It took me a lot to learn and develop my channel. At the beginning, I was also variety, but it took me a very long time to actually find out what I like streaming. Even though I like being chaotic and I like playing games and like, you know, like having that chaotic fun energy that I had, it actually was very, very tiring in my opinion.
Yeah,
Probably
imagine working a
opinion
full
for
day
you.
coming in trying to be energetic on a stream.
Right. So like it did take me a while to like, you know, I guess rebrand my channel. I started doing it maybe more than a year ago, but like overall, I think it's okay. It's part of like growing
Mhm.
as like a streamer itself.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you build stamina, I feel like.
I have no stamina. I used to do
Yeah.
I used to do 12-hour streams every single month. It was like a signature for my channel where I do 12-hour
12
streams
hours?
once a month. Yeah.
That
And
is stamina.
where do I get that energy anymore? Like
The
it's
longest
kinda
ever gone is 10
impossible.
hours, and I feel like it was a trip. It was a trip, and I'm
You
fairly
gotta try
certain I was
24.
drunk, and it was a trip of a stream. Because I think one of the things we don't realize going into streaming when we first started, and this is the next thing we're gonna talk about, is some of the challenges we faced when you first start, right?
Yeah.
Starting streaming is not as easy as just going click live and that's it, right? There's so many challenges that come our way when you first start streaming that maybe some people don't know, and that's why there's such a and that's probably why statistically there was such a drop off in people that start streaming and then how long they can last and they stop. Like not many people can continue to stream every whatever their schedule is or whatever, right? Maintaining the stream, because and this is the question to you, is what is some of the some of the challenges that you faced when you first started, and you've adjusted, and how you've adjusted.
There were a lot.
Yeah,
Even just the technical stuff was like really hard. I think back then I started with Streamlabs OBS. It was like I guess the most straightforward, and
it is very
easiest
straightforward
tool
and
to
very user friendly.
Yeah, but like there were like a lot of small little things that you never thought of, and I think I keep improving, and now I still feel like I still find things where I'm like, oh, that was not good. I have to keep improving. You know?
Yeah.
I guess overall,
nothing humbles
like,
yourself like when you watch a VOD of yourself for a second and you're
Yes,
like,
honestly, yeah.
what? Yeah.
And I think, I guess, to break it down a little bit more, the most basic stuff, setting up like alerts itself was already a pain in the ass, and then making sure your stream doesn't lag.
When you're
pain in
live
the
and you're like,
ass.
why is my alerts not working? And you have to go into a tech review like midstream.
Yeah.
Let me figure this
Yeah.
out. Hold on. That is the most. I think that's one of the most
Like-
relatable things for all streamers that start, or even if they're streaming for a bit, they're like,
Yeah.
you're gonna run into this tech thing in the middle of your stream and you have to go fix it. Like that is
All the
the most
time.
relatable thing that happens live.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I mean, don't even get me started on like getting affiliate or even just get this ball rolling.
Yeah.
But yeah, how did you reach affiliate? Like, what are the I guess top 3 things you did, or like what did you do?
For me, I think when I was first started streaming, I didn't want to let anybody know, because I think that's one of the things that most people, that when they start streaming, is that this is the darkest of my secrets. I don't want nobody to know that I'm live goofing around. Like
I know.
I'm out here live, you know, like I can't tell anybody. My family can't know that. It's worse than if they knew that I was stripping for money. Like, you know, it's just so
Yeah.
I didn't tell my friends, except for like a few close friends, obviously, that understands this world of things. For the most part, I didn't tell anyone, because I didn't think that they would understand, because you know this. As much as there's so many people watching, like that watch Twitch or like stream, a lot of people still don't know what the hell it is. So
They just
I
think
didn't
you strip for
right.
money, but
So
anyway.
then trying to get affiliate is tough, because then I think how many you gotta get at least like 3 people watching consistently,
Yes.
which sounds like not many, but it's actually harder than you expect. Because when you
Yes.
first start and nobody knows who you are, and you're starting, and it's like you gotta retain some people to sit here and watch you every day for like every time you stream, and you have to stream for like what a certain amount of hours per week.
I don't think it was that many. Maybe like
It wasn't many, but at the same time, when you
5?
first start streaming, it's hot. It's the camera is
Yeah, it
on
is.
you, and you're sweating, and if you're not talking to nobody, it seems like you're going crazy.
that's true.
Yeah,
That's true.
and those few hours can feel like an eternity. Like it truly does. So you got to figure out a way to like kind of get through it, so to speak. Because when I started, I was
Yeah.
like, let me just focus on the game I'm playing. If
Yeah.
nobody's watching, let me just play the game and talk about my train of thought, maybe, or like what should have happened here, or how things should have happened here, so that at least there's some kind of conversation going on.
I like that. Yeah.
Yeah,
Now that I
because
think back, that's the same thing I did.
right,
Yeah.
because when I see a lot of streamers that first start, right, if nobody's in chat, they don't talk, and that is really hard to keep somebody around. If they just come in to see what you're about and they don't see you talking, then they're just watching at a game video, a video on YouTube with no audio. And maybe except for game sounds, they're just watching game sound video. So at least if they hear me going, oh man, I should have backed out after I got that pick, you know, and this would have went well. And I'm like, oh man, like this, that. So then it kind of like has an engagement, and then somebody coming in and they be, oh, there's a person here, and they are actually talkative, and so I can interact with them. And another thing I think people don't realize is you have to really network with people. Like you have to go into other people's streams. I feel
vouch for this. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. 100%. Oh my god. I don't know why that reminded me of a TikTok video I uploaded recently, but the whole point of that video is saying being successful on Twitch is like relies on connections and networking. Even though that I'm not saying like that's like the number one big thing, but I can see that if you don't network,
it's tiring too.
It's
it's so tiring to network. And as much as I love all my friends and I love you guys, right? I love all my streamer friends, but when there is over 10 people live at a time and I have to go in there and talk to each one of you, it's not that I don't love you. It's not that I don't want to talk to you. It's more like my brain is being split into like a million pieces. And that's the hard part. And so networking is so important, because then as much as anything else, I think streaming is also like a social job, like a socializing. It is super socializing. Even though you could be introverted, you like streaming, but you still gotta somehow socialize and somehow play with other people on stream and somehow talk to other people to connect, right? So it is so tiring to sit in, but I definitely put a lot of emphasis on like making sure that I make some friends, because I feel like people that have been streaming for longer than me and have been here around and got the ropes down and like have viewers and stuff, and I'd be like, they must be doing something right. So why don't I go in and get to know them a little better and see what they're like and see how they do it, and even if anything, if we don't become friends or in any way, at least I can see what you're doing right. Like I go into a stream and be like, let me watch and see what they're doing right. And I watch a certain stream, I'll be like, okay, I get why people like to watch this streamer, because they have a lot of energy, or they're very chaotic, or they're like whatever it is. It could be there's millions of reasons, and there's also a million reasons why people wouldn't watch you. So I just make sure I watch and you know, that is a topic that's a huge topic. Like there's a million reasons why someone don't want to watch you. That is like I feel like that's a start of a YouTube video. Go there? Yeah, I mean, we can let's go there for a little bit. And if it goes a little too far, then we'll go back on track here, because when I go, I look at my own stream and I see my flaws. Like I can even see my own flaws, and I'm working on it, right? I'm trying. There are streams where when I come back from work and I'm like, I definitely don't have enough energy in this stream. Like I definitely did not give my 110% on this stream. So of course I go look at it, I'm like, definitely could be improvement here. Or even just technical reasons. Like when there's a stream that I go in and the sound is off, or like I hear you smacking your mouse on the desk. That makes me so annoyed. I'm like, oh god. So
many like little things.
It's little things.
Realize,
that's why it's like a million reasons why nobody wants to watch. Is like that's the title of something. The reason nobody want to watch. Yeah.
I actually asked this question on my stream before, but maybe your chat has different people. Not to be like overly confident or anything, but yes, overly confident. I think for the last
you gotta have confidence, girl. You gotta get it. Just confident. Be confident.
But like, here's the thing, because also a little tangent, but if you focus too much on like numbers or like networking and all those things, it gets like streaming becomes so tiring.
Mm-hmm.
But what helped me for the past year or so is just to focus on improving my stream. So that's why like for the first 3 years of me streaming, I used the same like mic setting, I used the same camera, I didn't change anything at all.
Mm-hmm.
But just within the last year, I got a new camera lens, I got lights, I like learned how to do like mic EQing and stuff, and like how to position my camera, how to like use lights so that it creates like certain moods. For me, I think I'm sort of at like a point where I'm like, oh, I don't know what to improve on anymore. And it gets into a very dangerous zone, because
that is a dangerous mindset.
Yes. So I'm glad, like, so for you, I'm glad that Jay, you still have like things where you're like, oh, I kind of
a million things. I have a million things to improve on.
Right. And for me, I'm starting to worry, and it actually did start to hit me maybe a month ago. I don't know if you guys know, I took a week off of streaming due to many reasons, but one of the reasons is because shit, I think I'm at a point where I don't know what to improve on anymore. Like, I have heard all the advice, like audio quality, video quality, constantly talking about
when all the
something
tech stuff has been improved and maxed out.
And and when everything is maxed out, like there's it gets into this very dangerous zone where I'm like, oh shit, I don't know what to do anymore. And you start to like look inwardly, and you're gonna be like, is it on me now? Like, am I the one that's not entertaining enough? Like, is this the thing that people don't just enjoy watching? But I think I sort of went off of a tangent. Yes,
that's scary to think about, because then you're like, if every factor is already maxed out, am I the X factor that's causing this not improvement or whatever?
It might be.
You gotta have confidence in yourself. You gotta believe in yourself. If you're not your own number one fan, man, you're not working it, because you gotta be your own self number one fan, man. If you're gonna make it out here, you gotta be your own number one fan.
I do like my VODs.
Yeah, like if you don't believe in yourself, why would anyone choose to believe you, man?
True. That's true.
Yeah, but you gotta look at yourself and be like, you know what? I can do it. Why not me? You know, why not us? Yeah.
I'm the number one fan of everyone.
Be your own number one fan, man. Yeah. Because when I think about improvement, oh man, I have so much to improve. Like, there's so many things that I want to. It is fun, and
part, Jay.
Okay, when I first watched my first VODs and versus now, it's funny. I don't feel like cringe or anything, but I feel like it's so funny to me when I watch myself in the past. Like, there was 2 phases before here. Phase 1, back home at my parents' house, and everything was so cluttered. I had too much clothes. I had so much clothes that it wasn't fitting my closet, so I had a little rack behind my stream. I had a rack of clothing right behind me while I was streaming. Camera was fuzzy. It just it looked terrible. Everyone had a fuzzy camera phase, and my mic was it was okay, but I didn't have the optimal settings. Even now I don't have the optimal settings. But and then the second phase was I streamed in my kitchen, on my kitchen table, and you can hear literal echoes. Like, you can hear an echo in my stream.
Oh no.
So it was it's a long time coming, but like, I think to get back to what we're talking about was like, there's a million reasons somebody comes in that they might not watch you, right? So then we have to like fix every possible reason and then give them reasons to stay, so to speak.
True.
And that is the biggest challenge, I think, and when you first start, is giving reason for people to stay tuned.
And it takes years, and it's okay.
Yeah, because I don't know if this is I don't know if this guy was lying or not, but Jinxie apparently streamed for like 3 years with 2 viewers or something. 2 or 3 years for 2 viewers. I don't know how accurate that is, but they showed clips where he was streaming. There was like 1 or 2 viewers. I was like, wow, that was crazy.
It's more of like, some people don't think that improving yourself is important when it comes to streaming. I don't agree nor disagree. I think some people just need some sort of luck, or maybe, like I said, like, give you network.
We did talk about that. Some luck. Yeah, a little bit of luck.
A little bit of luck.
Just a little bit.
And then they get viewers. Like,
Yeah.
do I get the same amount of viewers that I do when I first started? Yeah, but is my quality, I always like to focus on the things I can control, which is like technical stuff. But when I first started, my camera was horrible. My mic setting is god awful. But
Yeah.
same amount of viewers. So it's honestly just of course this is something that we can expand on, but I'm just saying, as a person who's been streaming for so long, focusing on yourself is probably more important than anything else.
Yeah.
And,
Well, once you get to a certain point of quality, then it's like improving yourself as well.
Yeah,
like,
yeah, I guess.
how much higher can I go for improving everything else? Yeah,
that's me
avoiding
right
every
now.
other
I don't know,
problem but
guys.
myself. Copium, like, okay, I'm good. I'm perfectly
Where am I?
fine.
But yeah,
Okay.
I think I'm.
Bo in the comments
content.
says something. Okay, so he's not for years. He streamed at a low viewership, like 5 or less for a year, but slowly grew over 5 years. Okay, so he took him 5 years. Okay, so
I'm hitting 5 years next year.
you're gonna blow up next year. Facts.
No.
Who knows?
No.
Keep trying.
I don't know.
Don't give in.
Know.
Yeah.
I just stream consistently, and that's it.
Yeah.
I think sometimes it's better to not focus on the expectations. Ooh.
Speaking of expectation, yeah. The next thing we were talking about was, what were your expectations streaming versus reality? Like when you before you started streaming, you expected it a certain way, and now that you've streamed for so many years, not so many years. Okay, you've streamed for a few years.
3 years, I would say.
Yeah, now that you've streamed for a few years, what has changed in terms of your expectations?
Well, I guess to start it off, like I said, I did not even watch streamers when I first started. So honestly, I kind of went into it without any expectations. But when I started getting traction, and if there are people in chat who started watching me very early on, they would know that I guess like blew up very fast and rapidly within the first, I guess, 3 months or even just 2 months of me.
It was a rocket up there.
So
and then you stay consistent.
Imagine. No.
you would think.
And then I went down. Well, like I guess to like go over that story.
Yeah.
I went from numbers wise. I went from zero viewers.
Yeah.
To like all the way to 20.
Yeah.
To like 20 to 30 in less than 2 months.
Yeah.
And I dropped back to less than 10 in 3 months. Everything within 3 months.
That is a wrap. That for people that just watch and don't stream, like isn't a small streamer, don't understand that is a pretty fast up, peaking really fast. Yeah, because I think for me is like it's just like slowly come on, man, just a little bit. Oh, that looks good. Okay, we're back here. Just a little bit.
But
so
at least you're consistent
crazy.
Though. I don't know. I don't know what I prefer, but maybe this is something people can answer in chat. For me, it has always been up, down, up, down, up, down. Honestly, I have never been as consistent as I am now. Yeah, and I think only started, I keep saying a year ago, because I think a year ago is when I finally found the reason why I want to stream. For the longest time, I just don't know.
You got your why. That's good.
I guess I got my why, but so my growth was always like this. Like every time it's like up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. And you can imagine how stressful or like easily burnt out a streamer can be. But going back to the question, after that first bump, I think my reality or like my expectation for streaming is that I just have to go back to that same level and I have to blow up again. Yeah, or go higher,
right? You're like, should be it should be a linear graph going.
Yes. Yeah. So for me, maybe you can share your experience on this, Jay. But for me, it was never linear. It was always like up, down, and I get like going back. It really ruins I guess your mental health, because you start
Yeah.
looking inwards
Yeah,
a lot
because you
when
notice,
dim.
right? You know, I get 2 emails at the end of my stream telling me how good I did.
You do.
I recently
You
just
know
stopped. I recently because Twitch sends me an email, I think, and then I have like Streambeat that I
Oh.
used to track my stats, and then it sends me an email as well grading. They are grading my stream, and then I didn't realize it until recently when I started thinking, why am I looking at
Oh,
this?
hell no.
I'm like, why am I why am
hell
I getting
no.
2 emails at the end of the stream telling me if I did a good job to validate like. And not even like I
don't
chose
like
this. They
it.
just sent it to me because I accidentally consented the emails or something.
Oh, well, I guess
So I
turn it
canceled
off,
them,
I
but
guess.
it's just I said once a month. Just give me an update once a month,
Once a month.
just to see
is
how
good
I'm doing
enough.
at the end of the month. But
Had to get rid of that mentality
Yeah.
real fast, real quick.
Yeah.
It took me a very long time. I actually did stop streaming for like half a year when I was a senior in college, and of course it was more so because I was just busy with school, but also at the same time I was just like, why do I even stream? Like, I feel like everything I do, it's always like it blows up, comes back down. I don't know if you know. I have done like League of Legends tournament. That was one of the peak. I have done a Valorant tournament. That was another peak. I have actually, interesting enough, I think my peak was streaming Valorant. People love watching me play
too.
Valorant, or just love the game.
People,
you know,
yeah,
I feel like it's
I get the most
popularity of the
views
game.
when I'm playing Valorant.
Yes, so
They love
there
the
are,
God
like,
plays.
Yeah, honestly, I don't know.
Yeah.
But many different factors that goes into this whole expectation thing. But I think for now, I don't want to have expectations. It's hard sometimes because without expectations, it doesn't motivate you to keep going. But also what I realize is that for streaming, in order to be quote unquote successful, it really is based on numbers, and numbers are things that you can never control. I think, in my opinion, you can never control. I guess to just go back, no expectations is better than having expectations, because if I do blow up one day, if I do like get to become partner, which is like my ultimate goal, great. But if I don't, like, I don't want to like sulk over the fact that I didn't get 75 average viewers, because I can't control whether or not people want to watch me, right?
Right.
So, yeah, it's.
I like that. No, I like that mentality. I like that mentality of not having an expectation, but working hard as if you have like set an expectation. You know?
Yeah.
Because it is a dangerous thing to be like, oh man, I should be seeing growth right now, but that's not how things work. Just because, and I think that's also. I think a lot of times we've been told like work hard, you'll get what you want, right? Is that
like a Chinese thing?
No, but like it's like a motivational thing. Like I always see it on TikTok sometimes.
True.
They're like, you know what? Work your ass off, man. Get up at 5 in the morning. Go for a run. I don't know, but like go do something, and then you'll beat the world. And you're like, but it's kind of hard, like, because it's not just working hard that you'll get. Because if everybody knows that like, oh, all you gotta do is work hard to get here, and you know that it's guaranteed, then it's different than like you don't know. All right, if you don't know, then a lot of people won't try as much. So I think
definitely
that's, I mean, as long as you keep trying and don't get sad over I just stream with the mentality of like, I want to obviously improve, but I also want to be able to enjoy it. Like if it gets to the point where I can't enjoy streaming anymore, then what have this all been for?
Yeah.
I think then I've made this into my old job. Like I literally created a monster. I've took something so nice right here, and I've just destroyed it and made it into something worse, into something that I can't enjoy. Like it's like I bought a nice dish of food and I decided to add my own like spices, and it could enhance it, but then imagine I ruined it. I'm like, now I can't eat it. Crap.
It's definitely hard. I don't know if people are aware of it, but yeah, streaming is really not a work hard and you'll be successful kind of thing. That's why, like, actually, I don't know if I ever mentioned this on stream before, but the reason why I went back into streaming art is because at least I would be improving my
Your
drawing.
art, yeah.
Your art, my
At least
art.
you're gaining
Yeah,
you're increasing your hours put into a skill set.
yes,
Yeah.
so like
Wait,
that
that's
actually
genius,
motivates
actually.
me a
What the heck?
lot. Yeah, like,
Wait, that is
just
five
saying.
head. What the heck?
Because for me, like I said, I'm lazy, so I always don't find that time to draw, even though I really like drawing. But it honestly motivates me a lot to, like, you know, keep myself accountable, keep drawing, improving. It doesn't matter, because for me, drawing is just a hobby, right? It doesn't matter if I improve like very fast or very slow. Like, practicing is still practicing, you know. And I think that, like, that's already enough. And it's
Yeah.
it's one of those things that makes me still like enjoy streaming. Honestly, streaming itself can be like so draining if you just focus.
It could be, yeah. It could be. It could be
Yeah.
tiring sometimes. And it's other times where I need to, and that's why I think for me I've capped out at like, okay, let me end stream at a set time. So I don't just continue, even though I don't. Let's say I don't have to wake up the next morning. Okay, I need to wake up because I don't want to die. But like, you know, let's say I just don't have a set time. I still want to end in a set manner in a time, so that I have some time afterwards to wind down and actually, you know, just to wind down. Yeah, to like relax a little bit. You know, you can't burn out. Like, burnout is something that's real and it's crazy.
Yeah, very true.
Yeah,
I don't know if this is like a very common thing, but do streamers really actually enjoy streaming?
Do they enjoy streaming?
I don't know.
That, you know, if you asked every famous or popular streamer right now, like, and what their take on, do they actually enjoy streaming? That could be a little cool little segment, you know, like you stand by, like, maybe like during the streamer awards by the red carpet or whatever carpet, and be like, do you actually enjoy streaming?
Do you like streaming?
Yeah, like, what do you like about it? Like, that's it.
It's hard. Okay, because was it Toast's video? Oh, I need to remember their names. I'm not too familiar with like big streamers. There was one streamer who was maybe talking about like the negative side of streaming. I don't remember exactly the details.
What does he look like?
But Toast, don't ask me. I'm gonna try to find a video because Toast did like a response video talking about like the pros and cons.
He did
of
do a
streaming.
video on how to be successful at streaming. I remember.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I don't know if I
he
saw
did talk
that or
about
not.
that, and it will crush a lot of people's souls if you watch it.
Whoa! Why?
What I mean is, it's a very realistic take on how to be successful as a streamer. I believe, if I remember correctly, it was a very like realistic take.
You don't remember the details though.
Not necessarily.
Probably
it's been a while.
No, yeah. No, I mean, just going off of that, like, I remember everything that Toast said is honestly what I've been experiencing. And by no means I'm not a big streamer at all, right? But even for me, like being a small streamer, I'm already experiencing all those things. Like, I can't imagine how it's like for them when their life, I mean, not their life, but like their job is literally streaming,
and
right?
guess what, everything they do is pretty much magnified, and the things of like facing like hate is much bigger.
Going on a
another tangent of a tangent. Continue.
Tangent. I don't think I'm someone who can handle hate, honestly. I think
so you were gonna be the
probably
people that if you get big, you're gonna be like, I'm turning off all comments. Or you don't even read it.
No, I think if I get hate comments, I probably will stop streaming.
Oh man.
Yeah. I like.
But I feel like that comes with a job.
I guess. No, so that's why it's never really my ultimate goal to become like a full-time streamer. I know it is for you, and fully respect that grind, right?
Yeah.
But to me, I cannot handle the uncertainty because I've already experienced it even without it being a job. I can't handle like the hate. I've heard about how there's a lot of drama between streamers and like there's just so many like people just constantly get shit on.
There's even drama in small streaming communities. And it's crazy to me. But I think for me, like the expectation versus reality is very different, and Oh damn, what was I gonna say? Hate. Oh, so I was gonna say something about hate, but like I was saying, I remember talking to my boy Bo, and we saying,
Mm-hmm.
um, you know you've made it if you got a lot of haters, or like you know that you're doing something like in terms of like any
Yeah.
publicity is good publicity, but like it's
Yeah.
like you know it's greatness when the people hate on you, man. Like
That's
every person that's famous
crazy.
or like is considered one of the best have the most
Uh-huh.
haters. It's just you got a lot of polarizing viewers, right? Like that are just like the opposite.
Mm,
Like
yeah.
I don't know if you know anything about basketball, but even someone as big as a
Yeah.
LeBron James, I don't know if you ever heard of him.
No, I know that I
Yeah,
know.
like he gets the most hate out of any player, and he is the biggest
Hmm.
star in today's
Yeah,
game.
yeah.
So like
Yeah.
you just gotta use that to motivate yourself, I guess. But for me, like I think it's funny when if I because I get like sometimes I get comments on like a TikTok or something, or even like
Right. I always get so offended, but
yeah, I don't get
anyway.
offended. I just think it's funny because somebody took the time of day to type something up to me and be like, "Hey, I gotta let this guy know, man. Here's how you play this character." And like,
Yeah,
my
yeah.
guy, do you think I really am out here like caring about that kind of stuff? No, I don't. But
Hmm.
and thank you so much for commenting because now I get an extra comment on my TikTok and
Oh,
it
that's
boosts the
true.
views.
That's
Thank you so
true.
much for the hate comment. I appreciate it. Keep the hate coming. Keep it coming. We're good.
Come. Oh my
No, because
God.
I'm
I
very
mean, good for
thick-skinned.
you,
I'm very
Jay.
thick-skinned, and I think
Mm.
it's growing up in because I when I grew up, it was like a very white neighborhood from where I grew
Mm.
up, and racism is
Mm.
not a
I've heard
small
stories.
racism is not foreign. Okay, I'm foreign.
Yeah.
So it is very
uh,
common for me to feel being different
hmm.
and feel hate. And also
Yeah.
now that I'm in the NYFC,
Mm.
there's also a lot of crazy people, and
Oh, that is
there is a lot of
true.
crazies, and there's even racism here, even though this is like the melting pot of
Hmm.
like diversity. Like there is still
Usually the melting
hatred
pot has the most
and Asian
racism.
hate is still very relevant still. But
Yeah.
anyway, so like
Yeah.
I think hey for me, I'm not gonna be worried about at all. And the number one
Hmm.
thing I would be worried about if I do somehow make it one day is the fear of my own privacy.
Oh, that's true
That is the
too.
one thing that I
Yeah.
will worry about the most if like I do make it someday and I am somebody, like I'm worried for the people around me and my loved ones and people that like that want to be private, right? Like
Yeah.
if I'm ever in a relationship, do I want to let people know that? I don't know,
Hmm.
right? I don't know.
This is why I never want to be
Yeah.
big. There's so many reasons.
Yeah, and when I first, because I used to watch, I'm a viewer first, right? So my expectation
Yeah.
watching other people's streams, I was like, yeah, man, this is gonna be fun. This is gonna be awesome. And you just click
Hmm.
live, and then you meet new people, and then you
Uh-huh.
gain viewership, and then you like make money. You make the bank, man.
The
You make
monies.
the money, man. And now that I've
Uh-huh.
streamed, I'm like, it's hard. It's one of the hardest
Yeah.
things I've done because even though it seems so easy to just press go live, like it's not
Mm.
as easy as it seems, and you gotta really enjoy it, man, to keep going. You gotta actually,
Yeah.
yeah, you gotta find
Yeah.
something to enjoy in this kind of thing. So we're here
I
though.
guess we can segment that into the next
Yeah,
section, which is what strategies did you use to engage with your viewers? Because you thought that you could just go live and get like
yeah.
100 viewers or some shit, but now you know
I think
it's different.
even today I'm still learning. At least I'm still like trying to learn how to like for example, like even something like TikTok, right? I'm like you get a million different tips on how to improve your TikToks,